Hello students, my name is Anita Sen, your science teacher from Shri Rama Bharti Public School. Today I will start a new topic from the chapter Fibre to Fabric. So let's start. Already we have done what are fabrics, fiber and different fibers obtained from animals. Now today we will go the first animal fiber, that is wool. Now, first of all, what are the characteristics of wool? Wool is durable and elastic fiber. It does not wrinkle easily, and wool is very soft, light, and fluffy. Now, how the rearing and breeding of sheep takes place, because mostly in India we use sheep for taking the wool. So, rearing and breeding of sheep. Sheep live and move in groups, and these groups are called flocks. And a big group of sheep is called a herd. Rearing. Now, what is rearing? The process of domestication and raising of sheep is known as rearing, means taking care for their feed, for medication, for all this is known as rearing, the process of domestication and raising of sheep is known as rearing. Now, there in rearing, there is one important process which is known as selective breeding. What is selective breeding? The process of selecting parents for desirable characters in their offsprings. Offsprings means their children. The process of selecting the parents with desirable characters, like they can give a good yield of wool, they can be a disease resistant. This type of parents are selected, and then these characters go to their offsprings, which is known as selective breeding. We all know sheep are herbivores. However, the wool yielding sheep are also given along with the herbs protein rich food such as mixture of corn, pulses, jowar and oil cakes. That is how the rearing of sheep takes place. Now we will go through the processing of fleece to fabric. The fleece to fabric. Now in the earlier also I told you what is fleece. Fleece is the coat of soft fine hair that covers the body of a sheep or similar animal. So how the processing of fleece takes place? Wool production. The process of woolen fabric from the sheared fleece involves the following steps. The steps are: number 1, shearing; number 2, cowering; number 3, sorting; number 4, grading; number 5, dyeing; number 6, spinning; and number 7, weaving and knitting. Now we will go one by one along with this. First of all is shearing. Now what is shearing? The process of removing fleece from the body of sheep is called shearing. The process of removing fleece from the body of sheep is called shearing. Now, how does this shearing can be done? First of all, the person who removes the wool, the person who removes the fleece, known as shearer. And this shearing can be done manually with the help of clippers or a pair of scissors. It can also be done using a shearing machine. So this is the first step. Second is scouring. Once the fleece is taken off, then the raw sheared fleece is washed with detergent and alkali in tanks. Why they are washed? To remove grease, dust and dirt. And this process is called scouring. After scouring, the next step is sorting. Sorting means now we have to separate, we have to sort out the different textures here. The process of separating hair of different textures, separating hair of different textures is called sorting. Once the sorting is done, now the grading is there. What is grading? It involves grouping of wool according to their length, color, texture and ease of dyeing. how they are different in the lengths, they are separated, they are graded, their color according to their texture, and how easily they can dye in another color. The grading is done. After grading is dyeing. What is dyeing? Means coloring the fiber. Mostly the wool is of yellow color, white color, or littleish grayish. So these fibers are are colored in various colors depending on requirements. Whatever color is required, they can be dyed in that color. Then come the spinning. Now what is spinning? The fiber thus obtained is oiled, then it is straightened, then it is washed and twisted and spun into yarn and spun into yarn. That is spinning. After spinning comes the weaving and knitting. Now I have underlined, I have highlighted this for you. The shorter fibers are spun and woven. The shorter fibers are spun and woven into woolen clothes. The larger fibers are spun and knitted for making sweaters. Means the shorter one, they always they are used to make woven the woolen clothes, and the larger fibers are always spun and knitted for making sweaters. So now we will come to the summary, the how the conversion of fleece takes place into woolen fabric. First, the sheep is sheared, the fleece is sheared, the shearing is done and fleece is taken out. Then these fleece are washed, known as scouring. Then these washed fleece are sorted out, separate, grading done. Then how in the color, which color is required, they are colored in that color. Then they are dyed. Fleece are used for spinning. Now in the spinning, the yarn are there, the sweat, then it goes for knitting as well as weaving. For knitting, it will the large fibers are spun and knitted, and for weaving the clothes, the shorter fibers are used. So this is all about this chapter. So I hope you all are able to understand all these topics properly. So I think this is all for today. Have a nice day. Goodbye.